Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. January 18th, 2023. January 18th, 2023. Salon people, yesterday we say we come now again and vehemently we make them very clear, say, APC party na one party. Everybody na APC. That should be the agenda. No team, not for day, no section, not for day, no squad, not for day. The moment you begin to introduce section, squad, teams inside a political party, you don't get problem. Now we see so with the Alfred Peter Conte faction, the NRM, right in front of una face, una see how he destroy the party. 30 days APC name for big flag bearer. 30 days case in a court. 30 days then effect. Waiting to faction. Set of people and come together, believing say they get the your agenda, they get for push the your agenda. Now you make us say no team. But we're excited today, Salon people, and because we get an audio now, we can play for una, where we hear Dr. Samara Kamara, they condemn this team nonsense inside the APC. You see, when they tell Dr. Samara Kamara again, when the Salon people be need solace, when the APC supporters not be get no hope, now you're not the only person we come, we show up, now you give them life, now you revive them, now you bring this new blood, this new energy into these people, you inject them, that's Sierra Leone. We see democracy at play. The people look up to somebody and stand up with them by their side. This is the one thing we make people like we get credit for this man, regardless of anything else. We get respect for this man because we saw that, we see that, and we know say this man get kumrahat, this man get soriat. If he sit down, he allow people for 4 years we don't sit down. Not participate in the politics, not participate effectively in democracy, for hold the SLPP government foot to the fire. He allow those people for come now, for come make themselves relevant within the political structure of the APC party. They can introduce teams, nonsense, for bring foolishness come to the party, for damage your own chances and possibilities. For the people who don't like them, all these years, Dr. Samara Kamara, for 4 years, Salon people, APC supporters them. They support them not because for say special pass everybody. They support them because they be there with them. They support them because they stand with them. That is why they support them. That is why you travel across the country, any side this man go, northeast to west and south. Now in they want. Not so magical. People they sit down for 4 years, they don't challenge SLPP. They say that they practice proper democracy. They say Dr. Samara Kamara, maybe they run up and down. They not be one to do that because they already government in power govern. A government in power govern. Why is this government? Can you imagine, Kashi? Can you imagine that? Then they kill people in McKinney. Then they kill you citizens. Where you want you say you want to be president now. Where you can for preach peace. But you know what? They don't kill you people. Nothing not accommodated to this particular point. McKinney massacre, Losar killings, Tonkolimba, all the Padembaro prison massacre. They don't destroy our economy, shatter the system. You were sitting down, you not talk. Dr. Samara Kamara stand with the people. He defend.
Like when you talk, so come on, like Comrade don't make it clear. Say it wasn't Samara Kamara wasn't his choice. It wasn't my cup of tea. I mean, like I wasn't even following like them. Like I be just listening to them and take sides. I don't be ever they take sides anyway. But Ibrahim, when you look at this man for 4 good years, like what you talk, so he has been with the people. They kind of like bridge, how somebody go tell me, say, no, they're not going to talk because they won't allow the government to govern. But did you not see when they kill people in the mine lines? One like what they say, see people when they kill people in the Makeni, that Tombo, that Panemba Road, Augusta. Did you not see that? You say you didn't allow them for me to govern. Shut up, for God's sake.
Absolutely.
Shut up.
Absolutely.
You see, right? These are some of the insults to be intelligent.
Absolutely.
And these are some of the insults to the people that wouldn't guide their one car rule. And you won't tell me, say, you don't really talk because you are allowed the government to govern. Are you stupid?
Is that democracy? Is that democracy? You don't sit down, you don't watch your people, then they slaughter them, kill them.
Ibrahim, me, when I don't say, we start this conversation on this platform for so long and I never contribute anything for say either this for Samura or not. Because matter of fact, I'm a party person, and matter of fact, by what I do for the party, I talk for the entire party. So I see myself say, I don't need to identify myself as early as possible. I've been just consistent in talking about the party, the way forward, the reason why we could kind of opposition.
Absolutely.
But after like 2-3 years, I watch the man, the trajectory, and I don't look at in the Samara Kamara, I look at the people them. I look at how desperate the people are not there around the man. I look at the tension we don't get. I look at the popularity we don't grow. I say, in the interest of follow not get any problem, all it will be need. I check out by what's in MSC in 2018, they're not happy. Now they're not happy, and I know those don't get sympathy, don't become the most popular candidate because he was there going up and down, facing relations, going to mosque, going to church, going to market area, go east, go west. So everybody around us. So me, in that point of view, if they ask me consent, let him go again. Because you don't get what it takes. People are not happy and they don't get sympathy for them. You don't become popular now. So we don't need any longer for law get any problem. That was my take.
Absolutely. You know, Comrade Kashi, before we drill the points, that play the audio, let people yeri where Dr. Samara Kamara condemn this team nonsense within the APC party. Dr. Samara Kamara get the liking of the people, general membership of the APC. Now in one side and leg. Una listen to this man where they condemn this whole thing here. Una listen to her.
We didn't won elections. Sans another explain to now the new timetable where they come to do the 61 wards. They allow me to move on to the constituencies. We know we get problems. I just want for appeal to now for be vigilant and for committing ourselves. Let nobody not feel say it is team A, it is team B, team C. No, we are all team APC. What do you tell me? We are all the team APC. In our lifeblood, APC party in our soul. It is the soul of Sierra Leone, APC party. No APC party, no development in this country. We don't sit our name. It's very, very clear. When we came as president, I'll just try to push that agenda to the best of my ability.
Thank you. I think so. Don't let this issue to rest. So APC people, for the past 4 years, we don't deal with una, we educate una, we sensitize una, we tell una about what in democracy for sound like. It should be all inclusive, no partition, no separation, nothing. We don't tell una say as a people, una gets power. The democracy belongs to una. Democracy is the power of the people, for the people, and by the people. The government whether today, they like today. Now una give them rights, and una give them authority for them to be a government. Now the people get her. We tell una for say no division within the APC, no sections. Una they hear the political violence, they go attack, bomb bust them, all kind of nonsense within the APC. We now want to see violence within the APC party, and I want to tell anybody this: you get a moral responsibility to protect yourself. You get rights to self-defense. If anybody they come for can take away your life, they take away your liberties, you have a responsibility to secure and protect yourself. Remember that day, another young man them, when they political violence, where politicians can give you money, they give you kush, give you drugs. Some of them they listen this message. Some of them they listen this message. Una we sabi them, una go play the message there for them. If we catch anybody for political violence, now for you left, now you fair for yourself, because everybody gets a right to secure and protect themselves. We be see them by election them. When I do go by election, they under. We see that young man they pass with NEF. They go, you know. Anyways, comrade, Dr. Samara Kamara, don't let these points to rest.
Before we come to a normal topic, we just want to tell people and say we see the picture. I know if I say don't see the pictures are see Kemo, Petito, Chunkla, Paulo Conte, Kefala Mara, Kaloko, MOV, when I'm Vandi with Samara Kamara, Mikalu Masare, and get a picture. Well, you know what they say? I mean, we will not talk and time again say when the people where they follow all see una together, they no get no choice to follow the second together because they will left the foolishness down there. Don't when they go in time for create problem for lay people and divide. If they see una the fed for the push on all don't come together and they go up and down and see the pictures there. One thing they can out my mind say, why would the fed the man would the fed to support and they go eat and bind together. So everybody they get that in that comradeship. So moving forward, we not just want to see a picture, we want to see a
all right, look like so lost comrade there.
For president.
I'll go ahead now.
Fourth year and above, then you get a restricted qualification, meaning you educate, you will read and write, you qualify for any position as alone. Then I want to understand, not to the normal. Any Sierra Leonean, EBU, team new, EBU, Madingo, as far as you don't 40 years and above, you get the qualification, you qualify for term president. So all of them, the competition, all qualify. So seeing them with this kind of this trajectory now and this manager, me I really talk and say, would they plan the watch night by election watch night because I know they don't so now watch night to paper. So they give the people hope. Because these people don't declare for all this while say one see the flag banner together, one see them they go up and down together so that we know say if we convince ourselves we are posting get all the rest to join because we are posting get forget the bottom line and APC all represented by him.
Absolutely. And
come on, Ibrahim, very quickly. Again, right. I please say I want to send a message to APC people. Yes, we all can talk about the time where APC not day, where APC not get na the an. However, Ibrahim, you see, this is the thing where we talk about Samara Kamara, and a good way it come out and they make that kind of statement there. And because this guy don't, I mean, he has fought for like 4 years. 4.5 years, going to 5 years without any team. So why it won't come now and make like teams them can taint the fight we don't fight for the last 4 years? No, it wasn't fighting with like on the platform of a team. No, when people have been formed a team, it was going with the APC flag. Like what you can see, APC now one word yeah. So like the man know that. Ibrahim, when they can talk say the time no day. This is waiting Samara Kamara we don't do. Samara Kamara don't make campaign. Ibrahim, I still remember since the one when this guy lost election, when Madam take power, the next day this guy begin the campaign straight away.
Absolutely.
This guy don't the campaign. And this is the reason we make because time not in that APC their favor, therefore give somebody we don't be done the campaign from now this market say from time immemorial. This is the reason why this guy fits the position for because it on the campaign. If only APC can put their house in order, Ibrahim, I'm not worried about like 6 months, 9 left, 5 months, 9 left. No, somebody somewhere did on the campaign for the APC flag.
That is a very solid point, Kashi. That is a fact. Dr. Samara Kamara no need for campaign again. He's already campaigning. He don't campaign down. He get the votes of the people now. It's just a matter of a name going at the voter paper for let people see the sun and see in picture and vote for them. Period. That's a sacrosanct fact. From the one they don't begin campaign, the one they want for be president now they don't lead because another one can begin campaign. So another one can explain the vision, the Boku vision. But Dr. Samara Kamara, we don't bring and come to this platform a couple of times. We don't talk to, we don't share. And where he come, now he make a lot of people and can't see and understand because nobody read from him as much at an intellectual level, for engage. When they listen to an interview, the way they articulate in views and he points them, they say, this man, not forget now, not to have Mohamed Bangura, Honorable Mohamed Bangura. When he run come on one time we see the interview there because a lot of people will be privileged for listening to him and hearing from him. Because again, let's put it simply and straightforwardly. Dr. Samara Kamara is the most senior person in terms of not only age-wise, not only age, but when it comes to experience on the job, he's the most senior candidate in Sierra Leone at this particular moment in time. Dr. Samara Kamara get experience past former President Nkrumah when it comes to governance. And they tell you this sacrosanct fact. Dr. Samara Kamara only and they talk out of disrespect for former President Nkrumah. President Nkrumah says no, this is what he talks, so it's a fact. President Nkrumah be businessman. Dr. Samara Kamara from in college where he graduates, where he begin work, now in governance, shaping the economy of Sierra Leone.
He don't begin work from 1972.
Thank you.
Thank you. Begin from 1972.
Thank you.
Wow.
Check all who that on the inside governance now from during the last 20 years, apart from President Kaba. I think even President Kaba said Samara Kamara be good before them cannot make mistake.
Absolutely.
Apart from President Kaba.
Impossible. Well, President Kaba, SLPMB, 1967.
No, apart from President Kaba.
Right.
No, apart from President Kaba. All that don't come apart from President Kaba. Samara Kamara senior for them all.
Absolutely. Fact.
The last 20 years is from 72. That man don't begin work. He don't begin work. So, let's check on our governance. We not say all that work the governance for work within Salone economy for work within the country stock because we did na then finance ministry that bank now know exactly how the country they run economically. So from 72, it can start as under the percentage to finance secretary to finance minister. They get to wealth of experience. We be say they don't know since Salone boku foot multiple times from the Sekasibin era to Momo era to MPRC era to Tijankaba era to Anashkuma era. So we believe say if it make a mistake, well, we know that because in their experience account, For like you know, see all the governments are work with all the head of state there continuously. So we believe say aim for be a person we actually know say each and every one of them working foot. You know say Sekasi working foot. You know say one working foot. You know say the MPRC of Strasser and Madabio working foot. You know say Jakaba working foot, and including the former President Kuma. You know say the working foot. So in being the lucky person for leave at this time.
This is the platform for where you talk so say you know who side them buck them foot and all that. And by the way, guys, let me just make this clear. We platform now. We need a bells Samara Kamara. Not to the reason why we say all that in there now because we know the caliber of us it may be. And one thing where me go always advise them, the people them around them, arrogance for making no kicking because of like they get all this popularity and praise from everywhere. Arrogance because that will kill like all the ambition and the good plan the way you get. But Ibrahim and Comrade, I know say we go to the topic. Like this thing when you talk so since 1972, before even way before somebody we born, right? And Comrade, I believe so of course they give up people you said born as well, because I think I can guess you. But like you know, Comrade, people they say, well, he has been part of the problem because he don't date since 1972. And I can always tell people and say the problem is Salon, not to say we don't get like the people and the mindset and good people. Like for instance, I can talk about Manabi. What's not this guy in way, neither the deputy information minister. He's an Edwardian, so I know him. What's his name? What's his name? Come here, you know him. The deputy information minister.
Oh, Jamiru. Oh, okay.
Jamiru, thank you. Jamiru, you can tell that I listened to this guy one day. In fact, Ibrahim and Comrade, one thing near where Jamiru got 98.1, it was sounding so positive. You know what? The former chief minister, David Francis, call him and tell him, say, if you don't change what they talk, Yana, right now the studio, now call him. Ibrahim, that tells you the problem we get as a look is not because we don't get people that were good, like inside the country, but when the leadership, when the Edward all thing else they got him. Then if you notice, when Anescomawe gets good vision a little bit, waiting like the able to use
okay.
When I get me.
I get you now, yeah.
When you notice say Ibrahim when I get me?
Yes, sir.
When you notice say when Anescomawe get good vision, kind of like use Samara Kamara so the way where he is supposed for user, you see exactly the steps that way Salon take as a result of like where he identify them and use them because the good leader is there. Because people they say, oh well, you don't get that Salon since 1972. But the problem is what people don't understand, it takes leadership for make you able kind of like get somebody who gets idea for push with that country.
But equally tell we say they don't tell you the thing the way you contribute to help the Salon governments. For me, income picking up for manage economy from 1996. We the MPR we then call them for come manage Salon economy with the MPRC. Equally tell we say in one post we then they write the PRSP. Equally tell we say in somebody then write we now one post we for make the agenda for change and agenda for prosperity. You know we cannot castigate him for say he was being part of because he not even been in charge. And I've been just somebody they being advise them. We go only say now, okay, let if you get the opportunity, they will confirm now say actually in a part of the problem or get the solution. But me, I think Cashbox, trust me, when somebody don't change a certain areas, he get chance for lead, they must get small difference we will make. If you in a opportunity to get vision, he must get different because if you don't take note of all the mistakes then from others, then you can let me tell you something, it's a long problem, you need to fix overnight. Especially under this past 4 years of Madapio. Cashbox, let I tell you, which magic will get for $1 again to every 1 million, don't forget about 700,000 now. How will get for $4 first from 2 million now cost and take to 1 million? How will get for
the magic?
No, now it's cash. That tell you say if who said in extra things would they do now? How about pull now fail from 20,000, take out back to 6,000 or 10,000? Don't forget about 6,000 for pull out and 10,000. Then man don't cost that damage Cashbox.
Possible, Comrade, because Comrade, if I can just come inside, the reason why it is absolutely possible, it is because the fuel na the world market is not because like the fuel na the world market is high. That's what they make it kind of like the high na Salono Comrade. It is because monies have been disbursed to these governments, but then they come they eat them. Comrade, if you go back to like the dollar, the moment we get confidence back, you know, like for instance, in the UK, comrade, Liz Truss, when it comes, we see like inflation, we see like even the pounds kind of like lost so much value. But within a couple of months, with Sunak, when they changed the policy again, it's all about policy, comrade. The moment the policy kind of like favor confidence, confidence, that's it.
What to make our country here, it could look to be here system already in place.
Yeah.
We be say them fix. You cannot go far away from them. You always the circle around them.
Yeah.
The whole country cash works. Them man now God knows who's damage them cause. We make our country to this kind of way. We price them don't go like we must come don't feel break uphill. So if anybody come, want to make you always tell anybody you will divide for position. Don't talk too much. The question people been talk saying they can in 90s and go make the rest go 3,000 loans for bag. Cash the damage you had no cause. Make to no go preview to the the common governance. I will know the kind damage you no cause. Go to the talk so that the surface one no to the see we be say invisible dollar price in the same rest don't go.
The argument is like rest not the wall, not the up. Right, so if it be there up, for me understand and say it would be difficult. So the thing is, comrade, now because these guys then they levy heavy taxes on this company, on the companies. Me and Ibrahim they talk about like this company which just the kind of like they roll up now. You know, now because of the heavy taxes that when they put like into like what's now this company is Vimensco. So like now because of the heavy tax system when they impose on like importers of rice, because dollar no day. Now remember the factors them are controllable factors then. They because dollar no day. These guys when they take the money and they ship up. Look like right now dollar don't go over 20,000 when somebody tweet.
You know one of the foreign cash box. Yeah. One of the problem now 2% disappointed inside matter being government. 2 now Alpha would and Timbo. They are disappointed because them they don't governance with Msg Jan and see how they manage the economy. Because all the rest of them that you get so na student there. They're not know nothing about governance. They be fast from where you born. You know, even an office is if you be the lecturer, they even position at the university the lecturer because based on your attitude they see in governance. JJ Stafa, Msg Jan not as even you know even clerk office clerk cook because you know say that drunker. Most of the people them this man with the catch of bank governor. We I don't know what in go study. We can make economy divide the show today. You see, most of them people are we work with this man government. They don't know nothing about governance. Cash plus governance, you need to just come out. You can't jump beside. Here, let's say something. You can vie for presidential position. You can vie for term president. You know, one day in a governance, term president, you'd be a better person if you get team with you. But to God, you need to jump more governance as minister so that without get no basis on governance. Yeah. You get forget knowledge. But let me tell you something. Matter of fact, the man they already did so today. Which one pan they in record? We never talk any boss alone. We be non-competent boss alone. Like how they talk so today. Who they dig deep for no, but the country they try for defense thing that them are all of them cash now opportunity. Which one pan they in record? We be non the APC now power or SFP. We be non can they look at things next they condemn or they try for defense solution. Then cannot be no nothing as well and just kind of foop inside governance. Them don't contribute money from other people. See, what's in the counter payback time? Other people payback time. Give me how they eat. And no one knows the bonus you think this guy can come to my standing in UFC. You see the amount of money that we see in the buy post. The man afraid they take all thing Ibrahim. Not to talk about my ref. Yeah. So then focus not to say now for go walk. Ibrahim, you see, let me tell you something. Now visionary people will not get it that's a lot much. When they get people, they get vision. If I'm not to say now, if people in the follow thing they happen, they look, they compare. You country low going on Guinea today, Guinea 1 million or 2, less than 1 million franc in 2 million euros. Ebo Ibrahim, who's kind of structures allow economy. Then they even look what thing happen. Then you know when the economic government not to white paper, Ibrahim government is continuity. Where you can have governance. Not look and say all what person don't do na rubbish. Then me the anything and scholarship na cosmetic, na this, na that, na all kind of thing them condemn. Even PL where they make a dengue reason say for austerity measures. And the not just SPL, tell people why are the SPL? Because you know one for take so many conditions from IMF, he say let me cut certain thing for austerity measures. All man talk. Bank final all go to the fair at 20,000, right? Matter people by when they say presidential debate, the two in be back on. He say APC meet 60,000, they don't left 200,000. He talk clearly and debate. Now this Samara Kamara, I always imagine it's a way they pull a talk. What's more painful? I pull a no what's in a governance and the talk. It talk can clearly. See, they're more painful. They don't get sense of humor. That you call mad abuse. We've been $90 million. If you've been good. You see, the man can pay for the rest. He said, let's go 200,000. Under 600,000 by him.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. If Salon people labels no more sit on Ibrahim for 1 hour, then think about don't forget about routine them don't talk. Then just 1 hour, then get a rethink of putting them in discuss that presidential debates that what them say, let them go debates. Then just picture that no more for 1 hour. Ibrahim, the routine have been talk. The routine Samara Kamara been talk. The routine no have been talk. You can don't talk. Then sharp them out like. Then get a rethink. Then look what is allowed to go. I said to God, nobody the nature level for vote from Madabu from the south to the east to the north to the northwest.
Come with it, Ibrahim. You know, Salon people and they downplay this thing, and the parliamentarians they ought to know these things as well. Ibrahim, we don't say this on this platform over and over again. In 2000, during COVID, the 2 years of COVID, IMF and World Bank approved and disbursed $1 billion. This not twice the amount of money where we they make as a country. $1 billion is what they approved to Salon, Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
So all the foreign currency they where, Ibrahim?
It's gone.
Salon people, Ibrahim, people like give business until we can just make up plenty there. I see one guy they will argue me like, that's where I send the thing to I be watch you live, Ibrahim, where you tell people and say you go show them and all that thing and they $1 billion. These are in foreign currencies. Where are these monies, Ibrahim?
Anyway,
let me go to a topic, bro.
We reach to a topic. We reach the cash and comrade. We'll be there a deep side where we talk about the years with Dr. Samara Kamara kind of politics. Joe Biden, and again, another say now based on the amount of years we on this side governance, now he means say you for qualify for be a president, right? Because some people cannot in a governance for so long and they're still corrupt. We'll not see a change of mindset and in fact it can be worse. We know they say that, Andy, because young people and say forget an opportunity as long as they don't show enough effort for proof, say they get leadership skills because that's all it takes, now leadership skill, right? For let them be president. So what they say now based on because Dr. Samara Kamara did from 1972 inside with Salon politics governance system means they qualify. That's not what we say. That's just one parameter, but not to that the ultimate qualifying factor. Okay, so now whilst I don't make that very clear, President Joe Biden today himself. 1973, now he entered Congress at the age of 30. Joe Biden big pass Dr. Samara Kamara Smolo. Big pass him for a few years. But Joe Biden, the president of America today, 1973, he old 30 years we enter Congress for the very first time. Not in America president today. So we just put her out there. But again, that not a factor for get and choose president because then we're all negating ourselves, young people, not for participating with democracy. And that is not what the message we send now. But when you look at this crop of candidates them right now, this particular time where they contest, Dr. Samara Kamara is the most experienced. That's not the point to one for lay with this matter. All right. So, Kashi and Comrade, I think so. We don't hit that point here. Let us get now to we airport. Comrade Kota Kashi, Salon people. The good thing is, I see a lot of people in our social media and they talk about this fact. SLPP when they come, they not tell we say the airport now extend the terminal no more because they don't believe in Mama Airport. Comme les coachs cash to say oui.
Yeah.
They say APC go take contract for almost $400 million. We're gonna be $300 something million. We're gonna for build a brand new city, build a second airport. Let's alone we advance, but ourselves get 2 airports. Cashbox London on this so England as a whole. I don't know how many airports they wanna get to, but I'm sure say pass something 5 to 10 airports.
Oh, it's loads. I mean,
thank you.
Just London, they have the Heathrow, the Gatwick, the Stansted, the City Airport. Just London.
Thank you.
Just London.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kashi. You see, American are not for talk, right? The amount of airports they will get as well. Salon people, we talk them in the year. See, then guys, they went against President Nkrumah in vision. Forget another brand new airport, then condemn and they say, oh, China.
It was 270 million, not to be $300 million,
270 million.
Yes, when I be airport way for being an extension of a new beginning of a new capital city.
Thank you.
Way for being decongest the main capital city. Freedom for being just be like a business. It just let me tell you something. Abuja was established under the vision of Murtala Muhammad, late General Murtala Muhammad, which is a Lagos don't be congest. It's a local alternative. So Abuja become administrative city, while Lagos don't the commercial city. If I'm just like America, New York na been the city. Then they relocate them to Washington because they know say New York for congest. Visionary leaders always think about the future. What in the future lies. Abraham Lord put an number from 1977, we Salon get one stadium under second stadium. Now there's quite in vision, I will get another stadium, standard and above second stadium from 77. From where second stadium give you road them, there's narrow road them, then narrow bridge them. And there's come can change them bridge them from this one and Kono, the Moana Daru, and so many things them. So the say posting for the thing for the future. So making a new airport, even any developed country for setting up one airport. For God's sake.
Hello? Comrade, I don't reach you, so if I hear me, I continue for talk no more. I step away for a second here. We be the flow. I just decide still I left on the flow.
Okay, because me I'm gonna get you. I'm visiting.
No. It's fine. Una go ahead no more. You do on that trajectory. I'll come back. I can join you just now. Give me a few minutes now.
Okay.
Okay.
Like what you have to say, Ibrahim. Like when we get somebody get vision, the thing for expand the country. We President Rubakam. Now one great entrance to Salome get. We take on Watalo direct. Tolong, take an Karbatong, make traffic with the. A look at the thing is la use Jue Peninsula. Take an grafting. Now so many people in Watalo now where they left for go, where they left for Watalo for go Natong. You know they take that main highway. You they come Jue. You take Kana na regent. Either you come by from Big College or you go by Lumley. Simple. Because you get a vision, say that one road day that be problem. So many people don't make we look grafting, you don't turn city. You look like then regents, you don't have in village. All less than now, Gloucester now, all don't turn now, all man they go for go building because good road day. You look at so many areas, they can look at Wilkins Road, now be small, too narrow lane. It can make them fall in, it's not cosmetic. It look like Lumley Road, that be small, too narrow lane. It can make them fall in. You look at the Spur Road, that be small, too narrow lane. It can make them fall in. You look at different areas in Ibrahim, you can't give you that road to come out from, where they come out from Kiama Road, can't take the hillside by Pad, so for go bus na upgone. This all na vision for expand the city. You look at Silcourt, 1 mile control bit, small, too narrow lane. They make a weaving overhead bridge and na for Kanjon Kiama Road. These are now the talk for somebody get vision, visionary leader. If you always look for do something where they add value to the country, Ibrahim. When they look at SLPP, in 4 years, man, even the road is starting in your village. They will not know how. For me, go the Soviet inside the excavator. They will not know that road. Even they can't try for claim to not do all the bridge the winner under APC is start. Where they don't do 90% or 99%, they can make an excellent they do everything. So because they don't get vision. If you get vision, if they try for create something, if you be creative. Man, have you not creative in entire life? I don't know that this time I can say the man no know, you not get basis of governance. The man no know what to do. That man now one point the possible make the MPRC revolution fail. Then they agitated for let the MPRC fail. Hopefully, he used in Mende in brothers them, he used in Southeastern brothers them, the late Tom Yuma, he used the Kobamon there, the Charlie Bayo them for top Stasa. Make an allegation, lie, because he wanted this platform you get so today. You don't talk an time against it. If he starts an ability man or an ability man, if he become president, like a become president. But be only become president because he come from a Minde background. Because in tribe will come out large. If he starts accepting come out, the close will be Creole, na be man or Limbaman, or any other tribe who himself na major tribe na salo for become president.
Absolutely.
The man have been Minde man. You don't get what for me. You don't for Binyana.
Absolutely.
The man don't get vision. Ibrahim, somebody will get vision, it change. And as Kuma, me I always tell people, I mean economy the set example because I didn't born and economy no say economy, I mean they feed the saloon 60%. Ibrahim who economy they
look like so lost comrade there. You know, I want to go back earlier, you know, to how we start this conversation with Kashi knows where.
it gets me like Ibrahim.
Oh, okay, I get you back. I don't get you back, yes.
I say Kono, me na there the key example pan. Because they almost that they reach diamond area. In fact, the what we happen as a Lucina for Kono is sick make the war happen. They call it say blood diamonds. We're not to that time it is at all. Ibrahim, Kono the town center. Where's the town center? You know me get kulta. Under an Escomai era, the road na Kono for be bad from time. Me from when we are born, me I open. I know open for fire road na Kono. You will see kulta after na for second me not do they are in the late 60s to the early 70s. We done the poil. Ibrahim under an Escoma now can get fire road from Preacher now to Kono 2 hours. Inside the town, the entire corridor get kulta Ibrahim. Then Corona we Kaduru now on Banai Bongalun taking she said nobody ever expected kulta will all get kulta now. Now let me take example. Ibrahim go to Kailan town. Kailan then not be sabi kulta from where they born them because kulta not be never ever get good food. Now and Escoma they make from Kenima. They not just tie the road Ibrahim then change all the narrow bridges and the more applicable we want to carry with. On the era, he make all the bridge from Tulula Junction, the old bridge where they did the bypass and make new bridge. Can to Sigmima, can to Darudimwa, take open them all the old bridges, small bridges, putting all take allow. Visionary leader. Ibrahim take them from Bo for Gona Gendema both side. All the small bridges, the several bridges in the bypass and they make new one. Take go reach. For Koma Poturu go Zimi. Na mwala na manual ferry today. No na road carry the drive day. So you see, and as if you been remember how the development we can go southeast, you know can go to north. Trust me, the development we can go southeast in roads in particular not can go to north. The north there is no single district with the entire the Huawei and the Suma can visit that very junction to can be and Pakaba in terms the fraud the itam the system in fact when the system has said that and the Suma can visit them because that road is important. That the only one and apart from that we no understand no they get not with the any road. No say no they when they for say they start road and finish and you know they do them start where for be take from Konadugu for down through Kubola come boss na Kono except people say no important they say let you tap na Dugu ya na didn't tap up. They say no important to them come. No road no that is not to they take when a major road step where they for do none. But the southeast they may need that more. They may need that too because from Komo Kailau for Kana na Kenima Ibrahim have been terrible. Who will be the first one? Ibrahim make the people them die a lot. Now minds them they put them put all the way in the council and see it and they go put the minds inside the water. We make Ube the waka from Kwendu for Kana na Ube waka by foot because you don't get minds for minds. So and Skuma can do all that in a day, not because of he not likely not to, not because of he like the southeast to, because we do the internal way in the campaign. He say people they're really in a desperate mood. Because the way I work a campaign for good day, and I know say, this is the need that hey talk him. He say before I left power, then go drive car from Kenema, from Freetown to Kalau, and it happened. So vision. So from so many terrorists can still be tapped when by infrastructure, we say can still be tapped and the can continue from that point. Because if not an Escoma sitting in English still get na second studio now forget it today. If not an Escoma today, that road in a corner, na Kalau na Kenema, that manual ferry na Moala 9 for the today. Today 9 for the day. If not an Escoma that can be a road 9 for the day. So a lot of things. If not an Escoma Ibrahim, that road end traffic na na free tour. Because first time, imagine a one road we get, we come up line, they can't take Dewey, take a Alex or Calmato, Diego, now the traffic be heavy. Now we say no, that is me wisdom. You take that Dewey road, go boss and crafty, and I'm at. If you want now, you go by from the college. He come, he look ill cut road. Now be narrow two lane, he make him fall in. He looks sport road, now be narrow 2 lane, make him fall in. He look Kinsey road. So it's a vision. If I mean, look the city, he make it bypass road. That road we take way the come up from Kiama road. Can't go bus out by Upcon. If na for reduce traffic. Now for reduce traffic. So all the road then now we look at vision. Visionary leader. Yeah. When you let us show one thing, I don't let's say one thing. When they don't start this 4 year, when they start and they don't let us show one. One, not to run in the vision of airport because the airport we already did. He did, then just go change the culture. Abraham, good father. Where I see that, then just go put that escalator. Then they put the airport. If you see the way they jubilate for Guinea, yes. The way they have so the airport they get a different side. Then get some shopping mall like this and get a. We nobody put nine the paper shows.
Yeah, I tell you.
9 the paper shows. Ibrahim, imagine they not take as new airport. The building they not broke. Let me tell you something, Ibrahim. Before and Kurumaka na power 2007, Salon airport it be rubbish. Matter of fact, arrival and departure on one side. Nine can separator. Nine can give the airport new facelift. I tell you this thing.
That's a fact.
Nine can get a new facelift. The arrival and departure now will be one great area. Then can get a new facelift. We divide the arrival and the departure. We give you helipad. It make the they renovate the airport, the building. We come to get small standard. Later I can't get to Westminster and begin manage them. Now under intent on in the left for thief. We Westminster and can't take over the airport. Then the left for thief. Now thief don't go back inside the airport. We're going to and they turn them back in the airport. Under President Kuma intent on Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
Before President Kuma na power. Now one in matter of fact they don't get for force mutkana na lungi. Let me give an example. Why made them Togolese player and die? Them Togolese supporters with them die 2007 before election. Why made them die? The helicopter don't get problem. If call say they can't do start landing for the fire force ready. They're not going to say that push and start. Now we push and start. Now we push and start. We President Kubaka the first he puts 20 by I think they got up to 6 fire force would carry. We anytime then they patrol. You know me that helicopter land a born people all die. Fire force on the water. Now we come on a by accident. Now we go for go hot the fire. Remember manual follow hot the fire.
Can you imagine?
You see how they can change. And when President Obama they're not the first thing. So let me tell you one thing. By my asking anybody do it, let them explode the lungi. Them don't invade that airport. They will them pull the entire runway. Them put new one on that APC. Matter of fact, then tired and they take up for when they take up for that and the road na lungi be bad up. They take up for go lock them put on there. President Krumana internal they make from Tagrin take an airport. They make that Poloko road from Lungi to Poloko. It be whole waka. Make that route the tie. Take on a bags. This is the done the thing that they don't talk so. All the entire done.
It's a fact.
All the entire they do Ibrahim. For see the thing they go Lungi. People in there Lungi they know the entire they talk. Now that they will make that ferry road. The road from Komo Ferry Kana Airport. For Komo Airport to go na Telbu Junction. Take on a bags. For Komo na Lungi go na Poloko. All happy within President Kuma in 10 years. This he take the country just after the war because I was after the war from 2002 to 2019 the country. But I teach some of them how to talk to that. Development not to angry. Madam you now 4 years don't take so. Nothing will not see it. If you take 10 years, you will see nothing back. 5 years, nothing. Not to light. Not to see that price they put it on. Matter of fact, all things go up on the internal. There's nothing to do with that man the point up by inside this 5 years. So if you don't know more the thing. One green power, then think. Then compare them of just 1 hour thinking. Everybody thinks, when they come to election, look back, what team except we don't do in 5 years, and as Kuma in 5 years, and as Kuma in 5 years, might be in 5 years. Let it look. Then just look them off. Just and as Kuma in 5 years, and might be in 5 years, they could know who that they vote for. Right?
Absolutely. You know, comrade, let's take this opportunity. Let's read this. You see, because the call way they make now, when I see this press release from the government for finally saying they can hand over the airport where they can read them for the people. You know, what thing come to mind is that where the contract we then sign, and me not saying that inside Parliament then sign this agreement for this company where they can take over we airport so delicate today. Because again, then guy they reject the project from former President Nkrumah of the APC for build a new airport. They say, oh, China. They all make noise about China. Then they go take China money, they can't put people in debt. So whose kind debt we don't put people now? Where they don't go do business with this very dangerous business person from Turkey and guy there. but we not see not to credible business people them. Now people over the kind of side who side they know say the kind of a risk with it they so enormous, but then get for pull the money. Then guy they can pull the money. Comrade, now you don't talk about how people they pay $100 when they go the salon and when they left salon. $200 every possible they go salon with the left salon. You forget $200 cash where they pay in the airport. Where you tell we earlier on before we even come and start this thing here. But I read this press release. We come up from this from the government salon people don't listen, you know. Listen now.
About for close. I want this opportunity for respond to our supporter way. It's in it follow you religiously. We tell them thank you. We tell each and everybody to follow religious. For line office, we don't hear them. I started people listen to them, and I want to say with all due respect to for you, just the whole they can answer. You don't instruct to follow answer you, they answer you based on instruction we give you. I want to say the same way how yourself raise this point to we, who say we know the talk, we get a lot of people them across the world, especially brothers and sisters alone. Then tell say, please, what to talk, not bad, but don't deprive them for that because that means say that they punish, then can't to be again. So we change your mind based on the people that appeal. Just like I ask quick questions, so we'll answer you. So if we see we come back for can do you, not to like we'll make a loss, we no go ever talk to that man come out. But we need for talk. I will tell you when I say that we will talk because of that one panda brother way down at Panama Road, that prompt to follow talk. And we would listen back to the other people and back say we say be a law we no punish them for that reason. They now been true to the plan, but please Lord just make sure say we continue. It might be a starting for not talk, now make them do so. So I mean nothing they make could talk, not for anything there. So just want to answer you let no say already message or say thank you for the listen to religiously. We self appreciate them, we can answer you at the public for them to say. Now when I seek me, we can talk back, not so say we just one can talk. Matter of fact, for talk not easy. So no, I respect me, could talk back.
Absolutely. And to answer your question further, I think say Edmond Abu still in a jail also. They don't release it. But we left the civil society organizations them and other leaders them that the country and only the people get a responsibility. This man for I fed for. I agree. We're not going inside all with him be happy with say what he not say this and that. But on the purpose of this particular one, as salon people fed for let them lower the tariff, lower not buy top up heavy. Now I see demanding a jail, they don't increase the top up price. So the man go fed for now, then the judiciary, the parliament will call out, then sit down now silently, then go jail the man. Because when I read the letter where Edmond Abubi right, he said the parliament that them take the benefits away from one of the people and they call out the parliament, they call out the judiciary. It tell Fisher say for game 21 days, they give 21 days if we pass a ruling. So now when I fight for, but anyways, like I come coach and say, we'll answer with brother. And the fact of the matter remains, we should have stuck to our guns. But again, there are other important things to talk about. And based on the amount of people that we come and talk to, we see a lot of them. They would rather allow to talk about other issues them, whilst civil society organizations them and other organizations them we're responsible for human rights abuse that I continue stand up for Edmond Abu. And one of the people themselves get a responsibility. But Comrade Kashi, like we start earlier, and Comrade don't give you a backdrop into all the projects of APC former President Nkrumah. And it goes back to we will talk about some of these guys that were come for contest for presidency now elected today. Cashbox, you can always mention the fact that you look at the Rokel Commercial Bank where they bail them out, the petroleum, and I picked that from that you message yesterday. The petroleum guy, when from there and get the funding for actually go and bail Rokel Commercial Bank. With the today, Rokel Commercial Bank, they thrive. They employ thousands of people across the country. Families and households are being touched and blessed because of the wise judgment of former President Nkrumah for saying, we're not going to allow this bank for go under. I guarantee you right now in a salon, any bank will go under, they go under this SLPP, they have no plans. They don't get no sabi how for even save because they don't even get the money. They don't thief all the money. So reserve not they save for even think about it for resuscitate or bring any bank back to life, for save any bank where they go under. But President Nkrumah do harm. And then some of these guys that were in his administration, they sit down, they watch, they name them as COI. But then the guy with the petroleum guy with Cashbox could explain to me. I mean, I did bad for me. In still in named them as the COI. But when person like Dr. Kalfala Mara, You name not in the COI again. They say they don't clear them of the COI. But the man when they did and go pull the money, we finance the Rokel Commercial Bank. Where they like today, the government they get profit from the investment where the government be make. Marabian government don't receive the payment from the investment where they be make. Like we go take microcredit loan, where you pay back the loan. The bank Rokel Bank they pay to government now because they be bill them at that particular point in time and they pay profits now to the government. That man did a petroleum, his name still in the COI and still there as and say for pay money. But then Dr. Kelvala then they will receive the money, we go make the Rokel Commercial Bank they alive. In your name, they say and clear the COI. It's very deep, it's a deep conversation to have. But I think these are fundamental questions that should be asked. But again, that is not the focus now. But I think with the crash we bring them for try for figure out what they go on. We want to understand what happened because we need to understand the depth of this particular matter. For 4 years, people don't sit down, no query this government, nobody no called matter. You know, these guys cannot even call President Bio name by interviews for attack him directly in a democratic space, in a democratic society where we see when Mara Bio want to be president. It challenge everybody. You know, they look before. He even tell them saying ready for bring war. If anybody mess with the elections, you know, these are the things. For 4 years, they tell President Nkrumah, Marabio even write letter to President Nkrumah, they tell them about the economy and this and that. A writer. How many of these guys write to Marabio? And how many of these guys go internationally, go to VOA, BBC for challenge President Bio? Apart from Dr. Samara Kamara and Honorable Kebosi say, oh, you see, 1 and 2 term. How would I again stand up but they want to be president? Some of them guys they want to be president. No one day read themselves for talk on national issues. How would they even know say these people they know what and they go for inside governance? If not they read and talk on national issues. For 4 years they're silent. But this is some of the things where they crash with brain and we try to figure out what they happen. But we'll go gam to that day one day. But again, Kashi, then companies there where they go and I want to read the press release from the government where they hand over the airport. So I'll read the press release to our salon people. This is dated January 16th, 2023. And the reason why we read this because we want only the people now ask Parliament for giving these documents. These documents for be public record. The contract we then sign with this company, I don't take over the airport today. Again, they sell to with this idea of the airport, say, not just an extension, a terminal number in the port today. Not to a new airport, but today when you look at the language, when you look at the verbiage of the SLPP, the government and these people now, it's like a brand new airport to don't build. Brand new airport, hey, brand new airport because they want make a signature tune for the election. Like if for saying that airport day nine for 4 years now they work on them build airport for you.
Matter of fact, Ibrahim, they're not mean tell we say this company where they renovate the airport, now for can't talk about the airports. They mean say they're not mean tell we say that they can't take over the airport. They say don't pay for the car and the gates.
Thank you.
But don't tell me say they can't take over the airport.
Yes, matter of fact.
You said these documents can't come out now for say they can't take over the airport. They pull them from saloon. People and minister to be specific. Now then, God said, I will believe for any contract of that nature, they pass through Parliament.
Absolutely.
Parliament will give the approval and then bless it.
Absolutely. So we want for no Parliament will go for ask that question. But I read this press release here so for salon people. Again, it come from the Senior Permanent Secretary, Mr. Alassane K. Conde, Ministry of Transport, the Director to the Ministry of Transport and Aviation, 7th floor UU building, Brookfields. Dear Sir, Madam, announcing the official date of taking over the operations of the Freetown International Airport under Article 6.1X of the Build, Operate, Transfer Agreement for the construction. So now the agreement is all need for C. Build, Operate, Transfer Agreement. Build, Operate, Transfer Agreement. Now that agreement they will need for C from Parliament where they go sign, where they pass. Financing and concession of the Freetown International Airport by and between the Republic of Sierra Leone and Suma airports. When I see some people there, they cannot tell me from the get-go. Kashi, come record. Tell me if I'm wrong. We don't see any side where they can tell we point blank for say this airport, the extension of this terminal, now Suma airports can take over the administration of the airport. But they like it today that not happen. So just like when they sell the ferry terminal them back, when they list the ferry terminal them with the African Express breaker. Remember, they don't list with ferry terminal them. You know, all the terminals across the country, government will have terminal, they list all to the people there through Parliament, silently, quietly. We don't know the people, don't know nothing. That's so nobody pass up. So all of these will get for ask Parliament how they signing deals there without the consent of the people. For let we know say then they list them with ferry terminals, then the government WAF and Lunge. But I'll continue the letter now. I have the honor to refer to the above subject and to kindly inform you that the Suma Airports Sierra Leone Limited shall be taking over the operations and management of the Freetown International Airport effective Friday, 20th January 2023, consistent with the agreement under reference. That na the build, operate, transfer agreement. And then when you listen to the Suma Airport Sierra Leone Limited, of course, these guys they don't establish a company now in Sierra Leone with an extension of their own business from Tokyo, Saikomot, with a Suma Airport. You are kindly requested to render your fullest cooperation and support to the Suma Airport Sierra Leone Limited during and after this transaction. May I seize this opportunity to wish you all the best in 2023 as we look forward to a very seamless transition of the operation of the Freetown International Airport. Some people, we know they say, they privatize certain institutions. But what we need is clarity and transparency in the process so the people understand exactly what is being done. Now, the guys there, they not tell we all anything there. Then tell we no more for say the government now extend this terminal. They not take loan, they not take nothing, but then the agreement was not disclosed for public consumption. So we don't know what's in there happen. This is the concern we'll get. So we don't go. They don't go to certain business people because then guys they are reject the proposal with former President Kuruma and come with for build another city. Not only airport, a city, a whole city by itself. Before bring thousands and thousands of job employment opportunities, and then salon you go decide for choose what's you want for land, what's you want for fly for cam, and then this new airport before creates a space for get bigger plane them. Which the President Joe Biden in plane going for Canada salon. What you make like Air Force One or the can salon because we not get field for them, we not get landing for them, we not get space for them. Now he make no go reach there, no go candy. The Mamama Airport was going to create that opportunity. Then guys, the year go, they say why extend the terminal. Now they use that terminal there as the brand new airport who they build because they're in there no one for sure say that the success this will they make in 5 years for build airports for we while so people they suffer hunger and starvation in the country. But they don't sell the airport. The airport don't go to Suma Airports Limited, Sierra Leone Limited. It don't go. And we get for these are questions we get for ask. Then now companies then they shut down. What you do? Because election they come. So Fimetco, a bauxite mining company.
Ibrahim, before we go to like the bauxite situation, you see, it goes back to this old thing where it be say, like, people they underrate the word confidence. Ibrahim, for make I go take a loan and kind of like one do waiting, I want do with I don't need for make. Imagine Ibrahim, you go take a loan for you house. Then the person they tell you say, "Na me they can run them for you. How you they come inside? Na me they open the mouth for you. Na me kind of like the lock window for you. Na me they tell you when you for come inside. Na me they tell you when you for gonna do." That tells you that person like they give the cow, they hold the rope. It's Salon Ibrahim gets serious issue with confidence.
Absolutely.
We get serious issue with confidence. Because if we go out there and this person trusts we and give we money for let we extend the airport, then we play like say yes, they give them for me to extend the airport. But for the fact that you cannot run the airport for yourself, it tells you there are bigger problem, Ibrahim. So when the person renovate this airport, we they hand over the airport to him. So in a way, now India for regulate the airport, even though it will destroy, since like it will cause high prices like in with ticket price. We cannot control that.
Absolutely.
Because we don't hand over the power. So instead of like looking at like the way where we go encourage tourism, when they can talk about diversification and all that in the of our economy, no, we don't hand over to somebody where desperate will one pull in money straight away. We do not have control of the airport and how the knock-on effect where it gets to like other things there.
Yeah. And Kashi, when you look at that, these guys they know say time is not on their side. Government they can change. And then also when a new government comes, they know how Africa politics do because we don't get systems in place, because we don't get a national agenda. If we don't stick with the national agenda, then the government they can't change within all the other government we don't do, they come with a new one. And now SLPP do so. So then guy they are also they get for pull their money. So inside the next 5 months, the election they come. Now on certain period, Uncertainty don't come, it don't surface that the environment. So now they might get for pull the money, that they don't invest their money, they don't extend, they don't build this terminal or this then they call a new airport now. But they don't build this terminal or they tell saying they extend the terminal. Now they might get for pull these hundreds of millions because then say it cost them about 200 and something million. I don't do a whole video on that. It cost them about 270 million for extended terminal. But we left for build a brand new airport with less than 400 million. A airport city. We for give we airports, they give we hotels, then we give we employment opportunities. It expand. Matter of fact, decentralize. Let it Freetown, like Freetown is congested. They will depopulate Freetown small. Let people able to move into new areas. We talked the other day about Bome, then Sopit, all them in slum place them. That for create opportunity because now people before move. We build housing then for people that they can walk that area. Families can move away now from the congested areas. Then carry inside and all the opportunity that we miss out because of them guys and selfishness and their stupidity when it comes down to it because they have no clue of what they're doing. But now they don't hand over the airport to this businessman. God knows because Cashbox, you will not see this contract. We not see the fine print.
Yeah.
We don't know what's in the inside. We
Yeah.
don't know what's in the agreement.
What's inside it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now
And I wait. Ibrahim, what's the point in having and or say we get democracy in that country? The way it be say now, waiting the president or the government feel for tell we now and they tell we and I we for believe by force that they make we believe them. Who that's for go ask this question? Who that's for go say we need some amount of transparency now? Yeah, they get like a committee in a parliament. Surely we go look after. Sometimes the committee for works, the committee for like finance. We're supposed for privy to this information. Where are all this information for God's sake, Ibrahim?
Kashi, until the people of Sierra Leone understand, say, then get a moral responsibility. You see the failures of with democracy. Now this civic education we talk about. The people not take their own job them very seriously yet for ask questions. How many people in Brookfield, Stembetong, would call the leader of the opposition of APC? How many of the people will pick up a phone and call Kande Yumkela, the leader of NGC? How many people will pick up a phone and call Emerson Lamina, the leader of the C4 Parliament? How many people at Sierra Leone go look, say, not to be party in the power now, I don't care if now we party in the power, SLPP. Let me call me members of parliament, let we ask them questions there until the people participate heavily and take their own job them very seriously. Salon they go anywhere. And that is the problem we'll get delicate today. Because these leaders, they know they get away with so much. So until people like we don't come to the picture for open up the eyes of citizens them, when the eyes they open small. But then go for asking question there. Salon people for demand. Where the contract we then sign. Let we see a printed copy. It is gazetted, and anything we gazette, it's public records. How we go get a copy of this document? Make it available to the public. Let read the fine details. Members of parliament, we get less than 67 days, Kashi, Comrade. 67 days now get for Mother Bureau administration for govern effectively at this particular point in time. The rest now lame duck. We're going to elections. They go for the campaign now. Nobody know they think again of for answer these questions they will get. But we get 67 days to ask these questions now. How we airport reach to this point for to hand over to Suma Inter Airport Sierra Leone Limited? How it reached to this point? They not be tell we that. Then tell we them say the government they extend the terminal. That was it. Nothing else they not tell we. They not tell we say they go take contract, then go take loan any side. We no more say that we don't go engage with some fictitious businessman them we come to this project. Cashbox we don't talk. It remind you now. I don't go take them Turkish people there, they're Russian, that then they do business with corrupt folks them. We didn't know how for Canada then kind of a society then they will say on a corrupt person, we sabi person on a wait. They don't take away airport. All the money now when they make they go to airport. All the money in the make airports they go now to the Suma complete. Waiting do because now they know who's kind of contact with and sign with them guys there. You see how Salon people and for continue for so far. You see with transparency and honesty, they show because then guys they are so selfish. They want for can discount former President Kuruma. They know effort what they make for sign a contract with China for can build the airport. The same China wouldn't be the other say they don't want. The Chinese people in they rehabilitate the stadium. So when I don't say the stadium the that works in Kashi, you know say the stadium the Chinese they repair right now. Now the same people when they say hey, China, and they are like, want China, China.
This stadium, do you know like even for renovate this stadium, they had to wait for China for give them money, for give them grant, for make the toilets in the stadium.
Of course. So that is the society will get. These guys, they are not responsible. They have no sense of governance. They're not celebrating a governance. Then be just they, this is how they see government. Now for thief. Governments in Sierra Leone, these politicians in Sierra Leone, when they think about politics, is how they for thief and enrich themselves. And don't make no mistake, Kashi. All of these guys and most of these guys will vie for presidential runs so today that were empowered by former President Nkrumah. These guys are rich in their own standards. These are money man them in their standards. None of these guys no go tell me they not get $5-6 million sidom stashed when they even touch themselves right now. All of these people and getting money then they sit on para. Why people forget the kind of money then they in a nation where the average Sierra Leonean they make less than $1, they make less than $1 a day. Why in a nation? This is how they see politics. This is how they think about politics when they think politics. It's about enriching themselves, making sure they protect themselves forever. That we get delicate. And I make you see man in the come back so because na salt. They don't lick their hand first and we lick your hand. Therefore you can lick their hand back. This is what's in the happen. But look at this administration of Marabu. Now companies that they shut down, Kashi. Look at Vimetco now, where this guy puts on Facebook, Thomas Dixon. Vimetco. Bauxite company and salon people when they prepare now. When I watch between now to elections, a lot of international companies then get for close down because what you do then they smell instability. They don't see the violence where the SLPP don't perpetrate against citizens, and they know say if governments change, the people and vengeance the Wamato get for that first 1-2 days, that first 1 week, then they'll see and smell say trouble dinner. Let we pack force. These people would never suffer cash and comrade. These people would never be poor. We get in company there. They don't go ever poor. So 5 months to them don't mean anything. Matter of fact, they know they come on vacation now. They can't wait until everything settled. Then wait for the next government where they come back. Or if not this government stay, then come back. For can't deal with the issues they already can't deal with. But right now, this government now last rush. Then they increase taxes against these companies them. And then company are go pay them taxes. Then so what they do, then fold up for now. They say business bad.
We're not going to continue. What did I tell salon people and say? Leading to the election, things are going to be so hard and tough. We therefore brace ourselves, Ibrahim. We'll ask the question, Guinea with a military government, why, like, Guinea, then they mine bauxite sober one.
Absolutely.
One of the biggest exporters of bauxite, Guinea.
Absolutely.
Ibrahim, why companies they fold up or downgrade or kind of like put themselves down, like try for kind of like shut down and all that in the day? Ibrahim, all the company they are, think about it. Now the exports for make we get foreign currency. If they do not do, if they kind of like shut down the operation, what do you expect? It's just they get from bad to worse, Ibrahim, for the people of Sierra Leone. They will kind of like how it's excused and say the price of bauxite and all that in the day. Ibrahim, right now, China they open up. As a result of where China they open up, things they're supposed for kind of like go up. As I talk to you, the price of oil, crude oil, don't go up as a result of China reopening.
Absolutely.
So everything in China, now they import beaucoup of them bauxites there, Ibrahim.
Yep.
For make aluminium and all that in there. Ibrahim, the prices of bauxite supposed to go up now the world right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So why the companies then they shut down? That's alone. Then they kind of like no, it's a tactics, Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
Now tactics and guide they are defend for avoid the volatile situation.
Absolutely.
That we continue.
Absolutely.
And we don't want to salon people them say. And as a result of this, Ibrahim, expect with dollar. Why they talk about 25,000? So they take up for what's past that.
Gashi, this company Vimetco possibly every month, sometimes they pump between let's say sometimes $20 million into the economy.
Exactly.
You know, now they don't go. Then they go. That money, that foreign exchange, like how you talk us whatever they bring them because of the business activities them. Now that foreign exchange they don't get for the market get for drop. You know, so my brother Salon is doomed. But it will be saved one day.
We're in a big trouble. We're in a big trouble. But they guy they will come with Colin, give them for life, but the salon people and the thing is, salon people know they kind of like follow the parliament way for kind of like bring this thing down to the people and all that thing and me and you when they they try people's power they try to come and bring this news to them people they get people when they tell them say we not listen we also $1 million day get in there like Now, we una need for no, because this government, they make up story, like, they cook up story, Ibrahim. And they tell people, like, this thing, they get serious impact. And Salon, Ibrahim, are afraid for the time when Salon people like for suffer leading to the election.
Absolutely.
The Karens, like what you talk so, all these now tactics, companies, then they fold up because of like the tension where it be say the election get for bring camp and waiting and guy they don't cause inside the country. They know too well waiting and guy they don't do.
Absolutely.
Ibrahim, Standard Chartered, now you understand the Chartered left with country. Yeah. That was a big sign. And Standard Chartered, their strategy that will go into like African countries, then emerging markets them. That is their strategy. Absolutely. But why they look Salon ping then commodity? And Salon people still they kind of like give blind eyes to their kinds in there.
Salon people that lit feeling how can they talk about, But Kashi, the education, civic education, then they wake up.
Yeah.
I think say this is the beauty of what we do. In as much as something they would feel say they passed now 1 year ago, boss not the other one. But I think gradually over time, then they begin to understand and see exactly what we talk about. But the people get a responsibility for be fully engaged in the democracy. Not only when election come on, I go begin dance, then rally them, then go on Apollo. Now, you for participate every day, you should pay attention to everything that is happening. Because now the lives of, if you don't care for your own life, care for you picking a life, care for your generations you're unborn. We live in a country where there is no savings, no vision for the generations them after we. It is everything now.
Ibrahim, we are in a big mess. And I tell you, for make China the open, make the world economy seem for the open right now, but yet still companies, the way they produce them thing they shut down. Absolutely. It tells you it is like a big problem. And if even you become responsible government, because then like you talk about something about overhead, was it yesterday or the day before?
Right.
When you talk about the overhead impact, then companies there get like overheads with the need for cover. Absolutely. By then saying they ask and saying the government waiting them for do for encourage operation, they could have like levy like lesser and lesser tax, even give them like tax breaks and like tax holiday for encourage production.
Kashi.
But no, these guys don't want to do it.
No, Kashi,
because they don't take all the money.
Kashi,
they're desperate for cash.
Kashi, they don't have the idea of doing that because we don't talk as soon as they don't know say it's a possibility. But even if they want for do it now, they don't thief all the money, so they cannot subsidize these companies. We talk about Africell. I see them picking in the protest yesterday in front of Africell. You see, they misplace them priorities. Then they protest in front of Africell or Orange. Hey, they are not thief man them. Oh, they are not thief man them. You see, misplaced priority. They don't understand the concept. Who side the problem begin? Like we communicate this. You book you for two side you go for them. Now we don't go for them. The Orange and Africell. Then they forget say this company, this government don't increase fuel price 13 times since they kind of power. Between increase and decrease 13 times in 4 years, less than 5 years. APC, former President Nkrumah, increased petrol price 1 time. This SLPP Marabio government don't increase and decrease prices 13 times. Africell for 5 years, then guy there they suffer. Then they pay salaries. Then they do what they're able to do for manage. And them guy get a lot of families when they bless. At a time like this, the government again, the petrol, if they want to save the economy, why petrol for go down to 8,000? Kashi, why don't go down to 8,000? If petrol go down to 8,000 today, I promise you, top up, they go down back by 150% decrease in the price of top up prices. But the people not sabi. So where they go put their attention to now the end product. They say Africell, Orange, the thief we. They don't increase tariff without paying attention.
When you talk about petrol, when you can have in mind, I just do like a quick search. Do you know during the Ebola term, correct me now, I think it was 2014 and all that, and almost when they said oil in the world market, it was $107 per barrel.
107.
As I talk to you right now, like for say President Nkrumah, because it be kind of like Ebola be dead and nobody gets money, it be increase the petrol price. Ibrahim, it was only 2017, then they increased it to 6,000 leons.
Yes.
But then guy they are inside COVID because they say they don't get money. Now they tell dog guy they run blood, then they go take big stone, iron stone, then chop them inside the dog bag.
Kashi, COVID was a very big cost to a nation. And cost in the sense, and not take lives.
Wow.
And not take lives because COVID is not that deadly like the Ebola. And not take lives. But COVID was, then guy there, then say pump lock. Dirty man, don't ready, don't celebrate. Kashi, you go sabi talk and pass me. You know, but this is the thing. Pump lock, Kashi talk and find for me, man. We pump lock
Yeah,
dirty man did
we
that.
waiting dirty man leg.
Waiting
Make
dirty
pump
man
lock.
pump lock. Thank you.
Yeah.
Then guys, they are wait for that COVID. COVID when America
Yeah.
but we get malaria, we get typhoid, we get hepatitis
Yes.
C, where they kill people
When
in
they
that
kill
country.
people,
They don't focus on themselves. COVID. And then guy then capitalize on that country, they then destroy that country, then creep that country, then creep. Then use COVID, coronavirus, and then use for destroy that country. They Kashi, corporate culture, Salon people, President Kuruma, if himself be criminal enough, you know, we get fiscal discipline, Kashi, inside government. I don't say they not take but the fiscal discipline on their own part will be make them able to get enough money, Kashi, for subsidize the system. Now you make petrol not go up. This man then pay teachers, then 2 years, then sit on a host, then they pay teacher them 2 years.
Yes.
My brother, Kashi, you know.
If not be matter be you, if I don't kind of like if tell you I say, well, nothing or they for do.
Kashi.
Listen, I got for beer, when I got for the shop the year.
That's for to God, Kashi. But anyway, Kashi, I have to go. God. But we continue. Kashi, let's continue from here tomorrow with comrade. Let's continue from here tomorrow. You know, because this is a very critical point. And then tomorrow we'll talk about the ward committees then, because now we don't go mix the local council elections inside the PR system. How it get for work for the committee, the ward committee people where they work with the local council.
By the way, before we go, I mean, like the Supreme Court. I mean,
thank you.
Yes. We ought for
Kashi,
kind of like,
tomorrow.
How long did it take?
Now do begin. Kashi, now them points here we hand with today. Now we begin tomorrow with. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. Hey, give me 1 second. I'll join you guys in a second. Give me one moment.